Like Monday is the worst day because it's like they all have all the weekend stuff they didn't get out. Like Sunday, and he's usually super late. But my gosh, it's just gosh, supposed to be there by 4:45, and finally gets here like around 6:30. Before I do it though, I forgot about these earlier. So this is something I got at Mars Halls for 3.99. Let me just stick it to the side. I forgot I'm not about to use the box. This was also at Mars Hall for 3.99. It's a metal on metal Barbie 65 Corvette. This is a 65th Corvette. I was like, that does not look like a 1965 Corvette. So I like the metal on metal cars. They're like heavy metal. I was going to do this for Monday because it was mini mashers or mini mystery Monday, but oh well, I forgot. So I don't think I'm going to get to it today. Um, Here's something that I don't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's. That would be a good Friday. But it was $6, and ever since I saw this, it looks kind of cool. And evidently, you can take his arms apart, and it glows in the dark. Glows in the dark. I love glows in the dark stuff. These things look scary, especially that one. All right, so that's the stuff that I also got today. Hey, thanks for joining. So we got comic books here from Aaron, which is also called Psychedelic Squirt Gun, I think, or Psychotronic Squirt Gun. He does the $2 haul sales, and sometimes he does dollar haulers. I don't know which one's which at this point. So we're just going to go through what I got in the mail and why, because I love Green Lantern. And I didn't think I was going to like the third volume as much with Kyle Rayner in it as main character after issue number 50. But I do. I really do. So there's going to be quite a few Green Lanterns from volume 3 in here. Look at this cover. That's a fantastic cover. So... Oh, and then there's some Camelot 3000s because I would like to read this series again because I haven't read it in a long time. I had every issue when I was a kid, and then later on when I was in college, or sometime right after college, I got the trade paperback. I don't know what happened to it. That I should still have. Okay, we got more Green Lantern. Sacrificial Lambs. Huh. Green Lantern and the Legion of Superheroes. Whoa. Wait a minute. Future Shock. Okay, so I know Superboy did a Future Shock crossover thing. I didn't know Green Lantern did one. Definitely want to read that. And see if it's in the same... What year is it? 98? That's after Superboy. So yeah. We have Green Lantern. And that's Hal Jordan there. So that must be... Well, no, that's what issue 102. More Green Lantern. The Emerald Knights. Parallax Ascending. That's number 105. I thought he was dead by then. I haven't read any of the later issues yet. Like after... First few after 50 I started reading. There's number 106. So now it's Hal versus Parallax? Huh, that's okay. That's strange. Is that Jade? Anyway. I remember her, but I can't remember who she was. Alright. Oh, yeah, I had the 12-inch Green Lantern figure of this right here, and it had some really cool constructs he had with him. Issue 120. When he started putting these over in the box, I had to take his box and make it to like a box, whatever. All right, we got some Impulse comics. The early ones of these are funny. I haven't read many of these yet, but what I've read is hilarious. Is that the woman from the Married with Children? Here's the Camelot 3000. Some amazing stuff right there. Then we got the Avengers. Now I don't get a lot of Avengers, so it must be on my list for Stingray. I bet Stingray's in this one. Let's find Stingray. He's not on the cover. He's not in the little members thing. Like, see, he could be just as his alias as Will. Oh, what the heck is his name? Will Lower or something? I can't remember his real name. He might just be in the, like, is it a person working with the Avengers just off base or something? Like, they may contact him about something, like, how's it going on the island or something, that kind of stuff. Just to keep the, a lot of times they keep brand names alive by just putting them in there every year. Whether or not they use them, they just kind of keep a brand alive. like Stingray, they want to keep that name, so every year they have to put it in their comic book in order to keep the trademark on it. At least that's what I've heard, because I know that Hot Rod for Transformers, they lost the license for it because of the magazine. And they had to call it Autobot Hot Rod, or Hot Rodimus. They had to keep giving it weird names. So I don't see him in there, so maybe that's not one of the Stingray issues. Then we have a Green Lantern with Adam Strange. And it's the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Oh, that's the 39. Yeah, this is great. This is right before Kyle Rayner took over, so yeah. I just had some comics get soaked. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible. I would hate that, man. Flooded the whole house. Dang. Wow. And you probably have like city water, so you had to pay a lot for it. Where my dad is, he had a pipe bust. And it was city water. And that cost a fortune. I remember having this issue back in the day. So I remember it because it had a crossover. So a lot of these Avengers, like 226, that's probably got Stingray in it. At least I have a list of like what Stingray issues are. And I'm out actively trying to find all the Stingray issues. Or it could be Jack of Hearts. I'm also trying to find Jack of Hearts now. But at that time, I don't think, oh, this is just because it's old. I've read this when I was a kid. I remember that clearly now. And this one, oh my gosh. I remember I had this one. I was at the daycare, and I thought that was just the coolest guy. That monster right there, he was just, actually, okay, spoiler alert. This right here is not, I thought it was like a really cool, like, you know, kaiju monster. But it was just carrying him inside of it. So, spoiler alert. I remember that from the story. It was really good. And the art was fantastic in this. Who was the artist? I don't remember. I remember like the details and everything were just really off the hook amazing in this comic. Let me show you. Like, there's some background stuff in here. Like when they're, maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of a different one. But when they were underground, there's so much detail in the background. But it's also not overwhelming. Like they keep the background monochromatic. So even the, ooh, Spacely Sprocket, or Rickety Rocket. We used to have a well water and the fittings in the pipe got eroded. It bursted. Wow, that sucks. See, I got my comic books in because I live at the beach, and not like we ever going to have a hurricane. This house has been here since technically this house has been here since 1970, but it's a 1958 house. So I don't have any fears of it, you know, getting flooded in a monsoon or something. But just in case, I got mine in plastic containers. I think I have a video of me showing that off of how I keep my comics. So I remember watching pretty much all of these. Yuck. Thing Face. Plastic Man. Yeah, pretty much. I probably kept my TV tuned to this channel all day that day. But see, back then we had, oh, see, that art is so good. Who did the art in this? Was it back whenever they couldn't tell artist? John Byrne. No wonder. I mean, it was like, I'd never heard of John Byrne when I was a kid. I just remember the art was fantastic in this issue. This one, and then there was also these elemental people. There was this factory where they were basically getting people and bringing them to the factory and then put them in these tubes and changing them into like mutated like creatures. Oh, look at that fantastic looking cover. Then we got Iron Man and Green Lantern, and let's put them together in Iron Lantern. I heard Amalgam's coming back. Do you ever read the Marvel G.I. Joe comics? The old ones? Heck yes. I don't know about modern stuff. The old ones, I love G.I. Joe. It's so funny. Reading it when I was a kid was one thing. I was reading it again more recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never caught half the jokes in here. He had a very good sense of humor. There was this one where they were in a parade, and he's like, what are you doing? It's like, you know, he was on the radar thing, and he was scoping it out. Yeah, I mean, in my universe, the comic books came before the cartoons. The cartoons, they never seemed to work together. It's like, wait a minute, we are just now creating the Dinobots, but weren't they already being? Wait a minute, how did you create the Dinobots and they were already a tar pit? You know, it was like the writers never collaborated on it, so it was like completely confusing to me. At least G1. Dragonlance was a series I vaguely remember reading a little bit of when I was a kid, because, you know, Dungeons & Dragons was the thing back in the 80s. I am pretty sure this is going to be a comic with Stingray in it because it's, water. Oh, Machine Man. Cool. And is that the Adaptoid? Yeah, and I got that, like, the action figure. That's pretty cool. Now, this is something, when I was a kid, I had a notebook, the spiral-bound notebook. This was back in the 70s. And I remember this was on the cover, and I thought it was the coolest thing, but I'd never had the comic. They used to make spiral-bound notebooks with just the covers. And I think this is, obviously, I think it's a reprint of 1979. I had the actual thing before that. I think it's a reprint of a Spider-Man comic book, like Amazing Spider-Man or something. But that's why I had to have this one, because it was like, oh my gosh, I had this on a spiral-bound notebook that I took to school with me, like in 2nd grade. And this one, because I remember like thinking, who's that dude down there? I was afraid I was going to get in trouble because we weren't allowed to have gun stuff and, All right, let me put these over to the side. This is too much. I stumbled upon a vintage comic store and found those Transformers. Oh, I love old Transformers. I love Galvatron from the comics. He made more sense. He's from the future. So he actually was around. Galvatron and Megatron both fought to be the leader, because Megatron was nothing. They weren't the same person. There's a pegworm at Ollie's. Oh, I don't know. I went to Ollie's and it was so overwhelming. I was like, I don't like 6-inch figures, but I ended up getting them. Like, I got some today. ROM Space Knight. This is one of the few that I need. And, Star Trek from the Volume 2. Stop it. From Volume 2. Now, I have all the Volume 1. If you want to see that Volume 1 series, I think it dropped on Saturday. I showed every single one of Volume 1. I love Volume 1. I was actually reading one today in the outside, and he kept wanting me to pet it, and I was like, oh my gosh, can I just read a comic? And he was just like all in my face. I'm like, oh. And finally he settled down, and I read half of it, but then I was like, well, now I got to go in. It's getting cold out here. Tomorrow's going to be the first day it's going to start being warm all over. Like, the day was warmer than I thought it was going to be. I've read the first 12 issues of Ultimate X-Men. They were really good. It was in a trade paperback with... Stop it. Don't you hiss. That's your brother. Stop it. Don't. Love your brother. All right, sorry. Cats were hissing at each other. They were trying to fight over who's going to be at my feet, I think. Excalibur number 4. Oh my gosh. I love the early stuff from Excalibur. I haven't read anything like when it started getting really glossy. Ultimate Spider-Man not because... Yeah, I've heard a lot about Ultimate Spider-Man, but I guess I've never been that big of a Spider-Man fan. Like, I never read that much of it. So I'm almost got all the Ultimate X-Men. I think there's like 100 issues. Is that the guy is Cypher? No, that was like Cable's Eye. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I like how they took the idea. What I really thought was cool is in the first few issues, they established that they were wearing these black suits because the Sentinels can't see them, because the Sentinels are picking up their mutant DNA. But it was kind of like camouflage from the Sentinels. Hey, get out of my box. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, Goldie. Now, come down. I love you, but don't get in that box, Bear. And don't growl at him. Sorry, I missed that. I got a comic in a 2-pack with Peter Parker doll and a Spider-Man 12-inch figure. I haven't seen any of that stuff. They had all these packs of comics, but most of them were like boring stuff, and I got one just to get one, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much not the stuff I'd normally buy. What does that say? Billy the Kid. I don't think that's Billy the Kid. X-Men 44. X-Men 79. Ultimate, I should say. Ultimate X-Men. So these are all Ultimates to the very end. And I think this last one has a note. Let me see if I can read off screen. Once again, you've always been a big help. Yeah, it's fine. I can read that. So, say, hey, Scott, once again, big thanks. Man, you've always been a big help to me, and I really hope you enjoy these comics. I will definitely enjoy these comics. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for your support, and see you around the internets. Sincerely, pew, pew, pew. PSG, Psychedelic Squirt Gun. I think that's his name. Psychotronic Squirt Gun, maybe? I can never remember. It's like those long Teenage Mutant Alien Fighter from Beverly Hills kind of things. The next thing, gosh, the box. I don't even know if I can get the box over here. So I'm going to gut it on the side and let it drop out everything. I don't know how it's going to come out. So today, if you didn't see, I was went outside to build a model kit. And then much to my dismay, the model kit was not a model kit. it was somebody had returned it with a bunch of tea bags inside. I was so ticked off. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to have to get it on the ground. Ah. Yeah, it's just too big, and there's a lamp right here. So this is from Gojitron with a bunch of those airbags I'm trying to get out of the way. All right, so from Gojitron, one of the things I got was a new Zoids figure. So the Zoids, this is still one of the wind-up kind of series. Wow. Okay, so I wonder if they have the little figures inside like they used to. Like, I saw some new Zoids that don't look like they're wind-up or battery-operated, so I'm like, well, if they're more like action figures. Oh, okay. So the figure is actually this clear guy on the back. Okay, that's way different. From Zoids Wild, I like the Liger from Zoids Wild. Yeah, it's not the same scale at all, because the scale of like the little teeny tiny gold figures, that's totally bigger. This reminds me of Spider Riders. That's cool. Let me put it over here for now. All right. We got, I'm not sure what this was. It was an alien from something about World Peacekeepers. Oh, he's got like, his joints are really interesting. They're like Revoltech joints, sort of. I thought they were going to be more like those ball joints. To release them in the U.S., but they never made it to the stores. Only on him. I saw two Zoids a few years ago on, I don't know if it was these, but they were at the Ross, and I just didn't get them because I was like, I don't like wind-up Zoids that much. But, you know, I was kind of like not into Zoids at the time again. But, I was like, you know, one Zoids isn't going to be bad. I definitely want to get the ones that are like, I have Zoid blocks, and the one that I like the most is the red Liger. On eBay, that thing goes for major big dollars. So, I'm definitely hope I don't ever forget about it and give it up. Here's a Johnny Quest from that series of the Real Adventures, or the Cyber Adventures. This is the Alpine set. I think his backpack's supposed to talk. But, yeah, it's cool. I ordered a Johnny Quest figure set. It never made it to me. The post office lost it. Of course. Here's another one who's World Peacekeepers. There was a robot one and an alien one. This is the robot one. The joints are kind of loose, but it's kind of cool. I had the Blade Liger, Liger Zero, Wild Liger, and the Best Liger. Sadly, my Blade Liger is a Tommy version, and the die-cast feet are cracking. When they first did the ones that are only articulated and not mechanical, I got one of those, but they were so... They just felt like they were going to fall apart in your hands, and I was like, I don't like this. I'd like them to be able to be actually manipulated or played with. Beast Liger, okay. So, and plus they were very expensive for what I got. You only get this box, don't you? I can tell. So, Little Bit's right over here, and he likes to sleep on, there's a mat in front of the sink where I wash dishes. He wants to sleep on that. He's like, get out of my bedroom. Here's, what is her name? Minerva, I think. It's a big shell former. I think this is the most expensive thing I bought. I think it was like $7 or $8. I think he has, it says $5. Little Bit's like, get your stuff off my bed. Oh, and this is one of those things. Oh, the die-cast feet on the original Tommy Blade Liger start to crack whether new box or simple. Oh. This one, they had plenty of these. I remember seeing these at Walmart a long time ago. But, you know, you can only buy so many things. That's cool. He's got circuits for his tattoo. Oh, he's got good articulation. These are the Leonard figures, like the newer ones that aren't much like G.I. Joe's, but more, I don't know. The plastic's just really different on these. But that's pretty cool. That tiger he's sitting on. He has a gun and a rifle. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Does his wrist move? Nope. Thought maybe if his wrist moves, it'd be easier for him to hold onto the reins. So does his gun in the back shoot? So it kind of reminds me of, obviously, Battle Cat, but the back reminds me of Dino Riders. And the rest of them were dinosaurs. This was the only one that wasn't a dinosaur, and I like this one the most. I could have got them all, but I don't know if anybody else actually bought the other ones, but I just wanted one of them. I don't have a million acres of... Don't worry, sweetie. I'm almost done. Oh, it's a pop vinyl. I thought it was a smaller thing. Okay, so I had Darkwing Duck. I thought it was one of those little mini things, like this guy. I thought it was this size. Okay. I mean, that's cool. I don't know. I don't collect pop vinyls, but it's cool. It was like $1, so sure. I like Darkwing Duck. It's just their soulless eyes. It's quite expensive with the box. Really? Why? I didn't think pop vinyls were worth anything nowadays. All right, here's the action figure I missed out on. That I think it was a Toy Fair exclusive. Like you had to mail in for it. And I've had these two figures before. I think I got rid of them because I hated the way their articulation was. But I don't think we ever got any other versions of them. And let's be honest, this is fine. It's just, look at how they're, like, they have scoliosis or something. They're all bent around like this. It's really, I don't know. It's just unnatural the way they're all bent all over the place. They don't look like they're ready to fight. They look like they're ready to do some kind of, like, dancing. I have it. People pay ridiculous prices for Funko Pops. I have no idea why. Really? I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody that buys them, and I don't really notice if they sell or not. So, yeah, their articulation is kind of weird. And see, I don't mind lack of articulation as long as it's not like in some kind of dynamic pose like these are. That's why I got rid of them. Like, this is fine. Like, this one, he's not in a dynamic pose. He's, you know, pretty much just straight up and down. But they're all bent, like, all over the place. So, but you know, I do like the twins. Oh, he's got a badge? Cool. I still have my, the Spider-Woman badge with the, not the black hair one, but the red hair Spider-Woman with the black suit, which is, you know, kind of backwards. All right, so let's see. We're running out of space up here, and my cat's like, get out of my room. This is my bedroom. Oh my gosh, he's big too. I thought he was gonna be smaller. That's fine. I mean, it's like, it's the Twinkie guy. Okay. I thought he was one of the minifigures. Okay, here's something cool. Let me get these out of the way. It came with a figure, but it wasn't in a plastic bag like the other one. It was in bubble wrap. This is also, I think it's Leonard. It's pretty cool looking. I like it. Yeah, I like how that ship is very different from most ships. Here we go. This is what I thought the other ones were, because he was on the same page with him, and I thought they were the same size. So they're not. This is cool. I just got the two other guys today for cereal, and even though they're not technically with the same whatever, they kind of go together. They're the same size. So he's Lucky Charms, and he's, you know, Cornflakes. And where did the other one go ahead? It's right here, Toucan Sam. So he can join them with the cereal guys, the killer cereals. All right, bubble wrap. Oh, we still got a lot more. I just don't have a lot more room. Oh, here's that cartoon. I've seen a few episodes, but I like the figures. I used to have some of these figures. And some of these ships, I can't remember, but I remember I had a few that were kind of interesting. This one looks so weird. It's very different, very interesting. So he reminds me of something like a chariot. Well, here's the figure with that thing. So he's another Leonard figure. He's got a teacup. Don't get in there. They love boxes. I tell you what, cats just love them some boxes. He asked if I wanted to keep this on the card or not. I was like, yeah, I want the art. So this was like $5, I think. Maybe it was $3. I can't remember. Like I said, I really can't remember the prices. I mean, I spent a lot of money, but that's because I got a lot of stuff. So I definitely want the card art. And I said, just lay it on the bottom. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Oh, here is the LOP version of the, and what does LOP stand for? I forgot. Like Lords of Power, I think. I think it's the Brazilian version of the Masters Universe, like repaints mostly. Like the Beastman is really weird. So I got him. I got the JLU Psycho Pirate. He doesn't look like a pirate. He looks more like a theater person. But I loved a merman. That was one of my favorites as a kid. Because you could take him in the bathtub and it made total sense to take him in the bathtub. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's all of the figures. Here's the Zoids information. Alright, so there's some Zoids information. There's some more Zoid stuff. Alright, so that's everything. I just want to make sure I got it out because people go, why do you take videos that are live of openings of things? Because you never know if you're going to get the wrong thing like that thing I got today, which was like, I was just outside. Oh, I missed him. Sorry. Now, I'm pretty sure I do have him already, but I'm like, you know, he's just too cool. He's one of my favorites. And it's Chop Shop, I think is his name. He was part of this second series. I better give these cats attention because they're going to be going bonkers if I don't. I got lint too. Yay. You ever wonder if you get air from another place and it like opens and it kills you because you're not used to it? Oh my gosh, the cat is in the box already. Combining worst prices. Yeah, I miss all the good prices back in the day. But Chop Shop was really cool. I like him a lot. He's basically, isn't he just a repaint of Bombshell, I think, isn't it? I don't know. But I like his colors a lot. And I did have the Wave 2 of Insecticons. I think there were 4 of them. I remember I had Venom for sure. And his wing got broken. Shrapnel. Okay, I got those 2. Kickback was the only one I really knew from the first Insecticons. And then the deluxe ones, I know Venom. I had him. And a few others. And what's funny is he's going to get in there and he's going to start biting the lid. For some reason, he likes to bite on the lids. All right, Bombshell and Shrapnel are 2 similar. Yeah, they're both very bulky characters, and Kickback is like got the giant long wings. And I mean, Kickback was the one I got when I was a kid. And we were at the Roses in Wilmington with my aunts, Linda and Aunt Ann, and my cousin Marty. And I'd like to talk a lot, and they're like, they got me a toy, and I just, for some reason, I was playing with it all the way back because it's an hour trip down here. And they were like, going, we need to get him toys more often. It's like a pacifier. I was like, I don't know. I was just enthralled with it. And it just kept transforming it back and forth. And I always wondered what the clear thing on his chest was. Like, what goes in that clear place? I couldn't figure that out. I just knew something went in that clear place, though. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining me. I just wanted to make sure I got these out tonight before I forgot. And stick up at the comics on the thing. I wanted to do, again, if you weren't here at the beginning, I had got some other stuff, and when I did the mini thing today, I was wanting to do that, and I don't know what happened. Where did I put it? I just had it. Oh, these things. These things right here. Since it's Mystery Mini Monday, it's okay. I'll do a video for another Mystery Mini Monday. But thanks for joining me, y'all, and let me know in the comments if there's anything that you're like, oh, this was really, I don't know, like this cartoon right here. I vaguely remember the cartoon. I've seen it recently. Zyber 9, that's it. But I just think there were some interesting designs that they did for this stuff. All right, y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching. Oh, everybody already went home. Wait a minute, I hit the wrong